start. The investigation we're going to do today is we are not starting from the beginning. We are not planning, and then after we are passing to next level, which is the action plan. We are starting immediately a process. And the process here today, we are going to explore the application and the processes, the running. It's a context of investigating what applications are running and what processes are running, what applications are running, and we see actually one technique that we have to consider whenever we are investigating an application or a process or something like that. But this technique actually it is utilized by malware to evade the security appliances. It is an evasion technique that yes, malware and malicious software utilize to evade the security appliances from being detected. You expect that it is an application while it's not available in the list of processes. So we'll specify the tools responsible for our work, that they are actually the tools for our investigation today. Let's dig in. The Let's start a process, and based on that, you'll be understanding more actually what is the expected here. We are going to specify the tools for our investigation. We'll do memory dumps. We will be able to analyze the running the list of processes. For the purpose, actually, for our purpose, we're going to solve today from within this virtual machine. I'm going to move to the full screen mode. Why? Because actually to trespass the administrative privilege in our machine here, but you can run on your own machine mode. So I'm gonna refer to yes, I'm gonna run my CMD, and I'm gonna just specify that this one is doing anything, whatever. I'm gonna, for example, I'm gonna just task list. I'm doing something actually in my computer. No more notice. This is an application running in my computer. This is an application running in my computer. I'm gonna run the task manager. I'm gonna run the task manager to check it. This one and the others. Actually, the task manager here in this Windows 10, it has the capability to list this command prompt as an application. It is an application. It is run an application. So okay, that's good. I can see it actually with the black icon. I can see that it is under the application Hive, and right click. I can do actually from the task I want to do is the dump. I cannot do the dump. This is one of the steps. This is one of the limitations of this task manager. Great, great. This is not the purpose now. The dump is not the step now. The dump actually to get all the resources managing this application and all what we can actually find as properties and specificities. Regardless, now it is written. It is running as an application. This is actually a DOS. This is a disk operating system that can actually pass commands to the environment and can help us to pass to the get infiltrate to the environment. See what I'm going to do. I'm going to just write a command that is available in our guide, PowerShell, and I'm going to run it actually as a window hidden, and I'm going to specify that it is actually a directory. Yeah, and this directory actually I'm going to point all the point it to the C drive. I'm going to point it to the C drive, and I'm going to do this hidden process to the directory and all of its sub directories. The C and all of it comes down in a tree view. So in a recursive mode. Just I'm gonna just recursive, yes. So here it is seen. See, I insist that it is seen as an application with a black icon and so on. So I'm just gonna, let's execute this command. Has been disappeared. It is no more available here. It's not available here no more, but still it's available in my task manager, but as a background process. It is running. It is not closed. It is still running as a background process now. She's not this. The command prompt is not an application anymore. This way, we can conclude that a process can be actually sorry, yes, a process can be actually declared as a process while it is not a process, it's an application. It's an application this way. Technically, actually, it is explainable, and it is one of the evasion techniques that malware take in order to trespass the security set or the filters set by security appliances. Now, if I want to make a dump, it is to be dumped. I'm gonna dump. I'm gonna do that. The dump actually it is a sort of a dump file. It's a DMP file. It's a dump file that can give us different information about a process. So I'm gonna dump it somewhere. I'm gonna dump it whatever here. Actually, he's asking us to dump it here. I'm gonna say okay. I will just because I did not memorize the path. I'm gonna dump it again and I'm gonna open it. Actually, yes, open the file. Yeah, here it is. Save it 2 times. I'm gonna delete this one. Here is the one cmd.dump. I'm gonna open it with the System Explorer window and I'll see what it will give us. Visual Studio is the debugger for this dump. I did not do anything. I just double clicked and the system has chosen the appropriate one, but actually it's just a sort of explorer. Invalid license. Actually, it is saying that it has to be installed again. Whatever. Just I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna just right click, try to edit. Open with. I'm gonna open it with Notepad if it's openable. Yes, this is the dump of the memory. Actually, we have to be able to retrieve all the data from the appropriate entries. No more, no less. I'm not gonna explore this metadata. This is a metadata. Regardless, the purpose is that we were able to dump an application while it is not dumpable. Actually, while it is an application, we cannot dump an application. We cannot dump an application, and somehow, uh, yet, yet we reach to hide it, and we reach to dump it. The point is that the point is that we are able to explore one evasion technique malware pursue in order to evade the filters set by security appliances. No more, no less. So whenever we try to investigate, we have to consider that all what we can see in the processes, it's not to be trusted. So here we are not able to trust this one here. We are not able to trust it. This let's say fake process. This is actually a background process, but it is an application. Originally, we started it as an application. So uh, this window here, it is an application pointed as a process. Full stop. So I have to restart this process, or I have to terminate it in order to get rid of it. So it is the CMD. It's an application. Whatever. So this way here actually we were able to explore this process here. I'm gonna explore this same thing, but using a more specialized tool, more specific. It gives us more actually accurate and readable data than this task manager, which is the process explorer. Let me just come back to the guide. The process explorer. It is from Microsoft only. We are going to download it now, and we are going to see what this process explorer can do for us. I will come to the virtual machine, full screen mode again. Yeah, okay, let's download this process explorer. I do not have actually, if I'm going to launch it from here, proc exp, nothing is there. Proc exp is not, it's from Microsoft only. It's a utility from Microsoft. Here it is. So trusted. I'm going to just go there and download it. So I'm going to go, here it is, but I'm not going to download it from here. I'm going to just launch my browser. I'm going to launch my browser where it is. I'm going to say the Edge. Here it is, the Edge. I'm going to launch the Edge. And here I'm gonna open the Google, the family order here, to use the search from the Bing, whatever. I'm gonna this live. Proc X this live. Yes, here it is. Proc live. Proc X Proc this live from here. I'm gonna open this one. Proc X. Here is the one. Proc X. No, I need the EXE. The EXE. This one. The EXE version. 64-bit maybe, but let's use this one. Okay, the first one. Let it get downloaded. Finished. I'm gonna point it where it is. Show in folder. Here it is. Okay. It does not need any installation. No installation. Double click. Agreement. Tell agree, and that's it. Yes, here it is. It runs very fine now. It runs very fine. Okay. We had in the task manager, we had this Windows command, let's say prompt, running as a background process. Let's see if we can find it here available or not. The CMD. I'm going to search through the binocular from this one. I'm going to type cmd.exe shortcut. Search. Let him find this. Let him finish the search. Zero matching items. Zero matching items. I'm going to say no because actually the dot. Yes. Now search again. Sorry. Yes, here it is. Here it is. He found this thread here. This is the one. He found the thread. Here is the one we need. The DLLs actually do not need them now because we do not understand what are those. We need this thread. This is an entry. And also we have actually a process pointing to the CMD. This is what we expect to be the one here seen in this task manager. So I'm reading. See what I'm saying to make you understand what I'm reading. I'm going to start with the thread. I'll start with this thread first. So, okay, exactly what I highlight, it comes to me here. If I highlight something else, it will point to something else. So the thread, come on, yes, and it points immediately to the CMD.exe here. Very, 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 very clear. It is a process. It is a process. Here it is mentioned, process. So here conclusion. What we are able to see here, they are still visible here, but here we are having the surrounding, let's say, or the running threads in background responsible for making this process run. The con host is not visible to me here in the task manager. It is something else that facilitates my reading. So if I trust this con host, I can trust this utility, which is a process. Actually, this con host, it is 100% trusted because if you see the alt, the prompted window to me here, it is from the system 32. If you can see it, yeah. So it is somehow it is from our system only, from our local system only. Right click. Also, I can restart. I can dump the thing, more or less. I'm gonna do the dump and see what I will get when I compare it to the dump I got through the task manager. I dumped to my documents. I'm gonna go there. Here is the one. Yeah, right click, open with, notepad again. I got the same data. I remember the keys. Actually, they are registry keys. I remember them. So they are the same. So here we are getting the same outcome somehow. Yet. Here comes the difference. Here comes the difference in between the task manager and this process explorer. What we are seeing here when I point my entry to the CMD, the specificities in this half window down, amongst of that we will find a handler. What does it mean? Means what does this thread do, or what does this process do, or what it points to. Now I can confirm that this one is trusted or not. See where I'm pointing? And see the info bar I got. It is pointed to system 32. But even though to the system 32, to what exactly? Here, the handler, actually, the thread here in this specific, this half window, this down window, it is clearly pointed to the cmd.exe. It is giving me the process ID 1312, and and most important is that the keys that they are actually responsible for letting this process run from the registry, they are mentioned to me here. All of those here, up to here. All of those, they are keys responsible for making this process run. If I'm gonna suspect something, I have to check those keys. But so far, no, CMD process ID is available, so I can't trust. Okay, this is the first reading. What our task? Now let's pass to the task two. From here exactly, we pass to task number two. Let me just display it again. The task number two is asking us to investigate the sys files and the DLL files responsible for running specific tasks, no more, no less. But here actually what's the purpose behind analyzing those sys files or those DLL files. The purpose is what we are going to see and what we are going to explore now. One running process would infer more than one file, one DLL file, more than one DLL file, and might also infer more than one sys file. We'll have a catalog that specifies exactly what are the sys files or what are the DLL files running each process. And if we are investigating a specific process, we will be aware of the list of the DLL files and the sys files responsible for running each and every process in question. What does this mean, though? What does this mean? Let's just tackle that, and you'll understand exactly. Here I come back to my virtual machine, full screen mode. The same process here, the CMD. I'm gonna double click it. Okay, I got this window. Double clicked. I got this window. It is saying it is giving me the same specificities, no more, no less. But in the thread or the threads tab, I'm gonna see what it will tell. The version of the I don't know what. I'm gonna say okay, whatever. I confirm. See the 442 the 24. This is the thread ID. It is the same one available here. It's the thread ID. Okay, what I'm gonna explore immediately is the stack menu from this button here, stack menu. And it is in the stack menu here, I'm able to see a list of entries. What are they? I don't know. I'm gonna copy all. I copied all from here. I'm gonna open any text editor. I'm gonna say I don't notepad. Yeah, I'm gonna open the notepad. Paste. Great. Let me maximize the font. Great. So this is an address, memory address. This is 100%. It is something pointed to the first sector in my buffer in the RAM responsible for running this process. Whatever. I don't care. I don't need. But this is a file, DLL file, that has global variable and entry. This is another file that also has an entry, a global variable to run with. Another DLL file. And this is a file pointed to whatever. And file is not DLL. This is another DLL. This is another DLL. This is another DLL. Okay. CMD.exe we recognize. Kernel 32, this is actually the runner. This is a runner of the, let's say, group of, I know because me personally, I know this one. But for a newly learner, you have to recognize the list of the DLLs, no more, no less. This is one I know. But in case this is new, I don't know what is this. I have to point that. I have to actually explore that. What I'm gonna do? CMD is from Microsoft. The Edge from here, new tab. The Bing from Microsoft. And in here, I'm gonna paste this DLL space. I'm gonna say help. Let's say I'm going to say user manual, something like that. We will get all the specificities. Actually, it is saying that it is it is not a Microsoft. I cannot trust. Those are actually third party. Those are third party. They are actually giving us the chance to download it, no more or less, but we do not need to download it. I'm going to say Microsoft. I'm searching for, let's say, an explanation to what is this and why it is available there. Here is actually a more trusted, let's say, version. So it is related to Microsoft. It's not from Microsoft still, but here is from Microsoft. I have an answer from Microsoft now. Microsoft I can trust. It is not mandatory to be from Microsoft, but because I trust Microsoft, I may follow such reply. I have to read no more, no less. Actually, for a reason or another, they are actually specifying that this one is responsible for an issue or something like that. Full stop. Where is my work? So, at the end of the day, we are able to explore the list of DLL and sysfs if they are available. Running in our case, actually, we link that to the CMD, which we hidden here in this task number one. But to investigate a run and a process from the tasks we can do is that we refer to the process explorer, and from within there we explore the stack. The stack actually it is one of the compositions of the RAM where all the running threads responsible for the processing question are available. The stack. Yes, here it is. So the stack details here we were able to explore. It is the place where all the DLLs and all the sys files responsible for running a specific process, or let's say a thread in question, are available. So let's begin and let's answer the question like it is now for now. So since we were able to understand what is this and what we are doing, so he's asking us to explore the sys files responsible for running the notepad itself. Let me come back. I'll close all. I'll close all. I'll keep this one. No need to just actually to continue from the same place. Since we are running already the notepad, I'll keep it running, and I'll come here and I'll search for the notepad. Actually, alphabetically it is ordered. I may order that. Otherwise, I'll make it easier by just searching for the notepad here. I want to say the notepad process is actually notepad.exe. Yes, here it is. I'm gonna click it. But they are all thread DLLs. Still, that's great. Now I'm sure that it is all what it has to bring us. So this is the thread responsible for the DLL, and it is having the same thread ID, the same thread ID. This is a task ID. This is actually a process, and this is the thread ID. What the processor is pointing to is this 7364. Okay, in the task manager notepad, okay, I try to explore more functionality which is not available here, but here we can get it regardless. So this is the thread actually 7364. been disappeared. Let it appear again. Yes, here it is. I said. Okay, I'm gonna close. Here it is. Here's the one. Okay, double click it. Thread stop stuck uh, menu, and those are the running actually the responsible DLLs and sys files they are available and run this DLL. Okay, I wanna trust or not the NTDLL. This one. Can I trust? We can do all what we did earlier. We check the high, what it is pointing to, where it is pointing to, and we explore the functionality of this one using any help or any manual that we can find online or through the provider, not bad from Microsoft. So from Microsoft only. Otherwise, we can do another let's say approach, which is by visiting the model itself, visiting the model, running this thread here found here. So I'm gonna check the model. It is a Microsoft actually. It's an application pointing to here and giving me exactly what we confirmed earlier. نفس the same findings we found earlier. Otherwise, we confirm. We refer to the descriptions available in this half window here, no more no less. Okay, the same scenario I'm going to apply now. The same scenario I'm going to apply now, which we did earlier to the notepad. I'm going to specify that this notepad has to run as a hidden. It is an application. I come back here to the task manager. Let me find. It is an application. Yes, it is an application. This is actually an exe file. True. It is an exe application, not file. It is an exe application. And let's try to run it in a hidden way. Let's try the same tactic that a malware can do. I'm gonna start another CMD now. Okay, I run it. Okay, I'm gonna call this notepad. What is the name of the notepad? It is notepad.exe. Notepad.exe. Here it is. Notepad.exe. Here it is. I'm gonna call it. Okay, here. So notepad.exe space. It is a window, yeah, to be run in a hidden way, and it has to point to a directory. We let it be actually pointed to the C. Um, yes, actually in a recursive mode. Okay, here it is, and here it is. If it's successful with the notepad, it will go. Otherwise, it will give us actually an outcome. Actually, find name directory name, no volume label syntax is incorrect. So what is saying here? What it is saying here that it is that this notepad cannot be pointed. This notepad cannot be pointed. What I'm going to do, the same command, I'm going to point it with the path of where the notepad is. So here it is. I'm going to copy the path. I'm going to copy the path not from here. I'm going to go to the task manager. Properties. Here it is. Come on. Yes. Copy. Great. So in front here, I'm gonna paste it. Done. Now I'm sure that I'm pointing to the appropriate application. Still, it's saying that actually it's not recognized this what we are specifying in the notepad. I'm gonna close this window. We do not need it for now. Yeah. We have something running because I had it two times. Yeah, it's only one. We run only one. The second one has been actually launched. So it is not successful usually. What I wanted you to conclude here is that the way we reached to make the CMD, now the CMD is running again, but we were able to hide it, but we are not able to hide the notepad. The CMD, we just call the PowerShell because actually the one running this DOS, this operating system. Great, so I'm gonna call it as a window to be written, run in hidden mode, and it points to the directory, the C or whatever, because I'm specifying the C drive in a recursive mode. Recursive mode. Okay, enter. It has been disappeared. It has been appeared here and here the same way. Actually, if I search for the cmd.exe, let him find all the entries. I'll see the threads. This is the thread I got. We have two threads. This one 4424 5056. The 4424 I'm sure I was able to recognize because this is the one we ran at the beginning of the explanation. This is the one we got at the beginning, the 4424. If I click it, here it is. This is the one. Yeah, it is the one. Uh, Let me maximize the window. Select columns. DPI protection control word window tile session command line integrity level ASLR path. I'm gonna activate this one. Username. Windows package name. Default signer. Description. Username. Okay, I'm gonna say okay. Whatever I want to display actually the whatever. I'm gonna use all what it is available here. To me, it's the process ID is 1312 here. 3474. I'm gonna search by process. 1312, it is the one. It is the one. I'm gonna thread ID because I want to search the thread ID. The thread ID, I'm gonna get it not here, but I wanna get it somewhere here. The thread ID, the TID. Here it is. Here is actually here are the thread IDs responsible for running such process. To compare it with, to compare it with, to compare it with. Okay, then regardless, we were able to actually to read the entries from different perspectives, no more, no less. And this is actually a mix. It's not to decide that we are going to use this or that and we stop there. Remember, what we saw today morning in theory is that we do not have, as a digital forensics specialist, we do not have to trust our first findings. We have to critique our findings in order to improve and in order to find better solutions or let's say better evidences. The first finding. Now, what we are reading right now, they are the first readers. They are not the ones we trust, no more, no less. They are not the ones we trust. We have to critique what we found. Why we are reading only those? We are just investigating these processes only. Are they the unique applications run as a process like this? What we did here. All of those actually questions they might be raised up. due to this analysis. Yeah, scenario. Okay, let me come back now to the system internal. I'm reading the question only. I'm going to redo the same process, but using the 64-bit, actually the exec, actually the other distribution or the other version, the same way. So my virtual machine, my edge, I'm going to download. We have it already. I'm not going to open it again. What it is? Yes, this 64-bit distribution. Let it get downloaded. Find it. Show you folder. Yes, here it is. I'm going to just launch it and see. Do I have any capability to the version of your PC check with software publish? Yeah, exactly. So it's not compatible with my computer. It's not compatible with my computer. So I thought that my processor is 64-bit. So it is not the best option to go for. Any questions, please?
لا دكتور بس هذا الويندوز 10 لازم ننزله.
Actually, Windows 10 or Windows Server, both of them, they will give us a chance to work with the Microsoft tool. نحن ايش ثبتنا المره الاولى
كالي
وقبل الكالي. كالي هذا حصه
بس
الماضيه.
بس كالي نزلنا.
ما نزلنا الويندوز 10 ويندوز سيرفر.
لا.
We have to ننزله. So we have to let me stop the recording first of all حتى ما نضيع الوقت.